Good day, dear students. This is Dr. Wafa, and I'm going to be explaining 2.18 questions and negation. You can find this topic on page 23 of your book. So questions are of two types that are going to be discussed in this lecture. Yes-no questions and WH questions. Yes-no questions, they might need auxiliary verbs like verbs to do, verbs to be, verbs to have, or modal auxiliaries. While WH questions, they are used, they need to use WH elements such as what, why, how, when, and so on. Some examples. Consider the following examples. Look at the sentence, they make him the chairman every year. So we have 4 elements here. If you want to ask about each one of the elements using WH questions, you need to replace them with WH element, a suitable WH element. Now, for example, if you're asking about number 1, which is the subject, which is an animate being, a person, you should use who. So the question would be, who makes him the chairman every year? And if you notice, the element or the subject is deleted. You omit it from the sentence because it is replaced with who. The second element that is being asked about is him. Whom do they make the chairman every year, which is the object here. So the suitable replacement would be the WH element whom. The third element that is being replaced is the chairman. What do they make him every year? So you can see that the chairman as an element is deleted from the sentence because we are asking about it. And the last one would be asking about the adverb every year. When do they make him the chairman? So each one of the WH elements, they act as a proform because they are replacing the element that are being asking about. They elicit information, they extract information about a particular part of the sentence, and that part of the sentence is omitted from the sentence. The other type is the yes-no question. Yes-no question, you would find that the omission of the information, or let's say the proform, is shown in the answer of the question, not the question itself. So the question is the girl now a student? The answer would be yes, she is. So instead of repeating the same form of the question and to provide only redundant information, repetition, we would just omit the repeated part and replace it only with the operator is. So instead of saying yes, she is now a student, the predication in the answer is omitted. The second question or the second example, did John search the room? No, he didn't. No, he didn't search the room, but the predication is omitted in order to avoid redundancy. Third example, had he given the girl an apple? Yes, he had. It would be, yes, he had given the girl an apple, but the predication again is omitted to avoid redundancy, and we only keep the operator in order to have a better structure. As for the negation here, it rejects the validity of a predication, which means that we have in the operator, we have the particle not, and what comes after, what follows the operator in the predication is not valid. The predication is not valid. It doesn't mean that it is not correct, but it says that being a student is not valid. The girl is not a student. So what is information provided in the predication is not the case, is not valid. The second example, Joan didn't search the room. So the process of searching the room is not valid because it is negated by the operator. The third example, he hadn't given the girl an apple. So the fact that the girl is given an apple is not valid because the operator of the sentence is negative. So this is the idea of negation. It rejects the validity of the predication. This topic is a bit important. I need your attention. Sentence in Quirk, sentence is divided into, or it is categorized into assertion and non-assertion. Assertion means that the sentence is declarative and positive, while the non-assertion, it means that the sentence is not a declarative sentence. We're not declaring something. We're not asserting or providing facts. We're just asking a question either or negating the sentence. So with the non-assertion form of the sentence, we have either interrogative in both positive and negative forms, or a negative sentence. Let's take some examples. With the assertion, we said that the sentence should be positive and declarative. She eats an apple. It's just like stating a fact, describing a fact, a positive and affirmative sentence. She eats an apple. While with the non-assertion, it is either an interrogative sentence, a positive interrogative sentence, like, does she eat an apple? Or a negative interrogative sentence, like, doesn't she eat an apple? See that the sentence is negative. Or simply a negative sentence, she doesn't eat an apple. And pay attention to the predication. With the case of assertion, the predication is confirmed, or it is assertion, asserted. While with the questions and negations, with the interrogative sentences and negative sentences, the predication is either under question or it is invalidated. So it has to do with the fact that whether we're questioning the predication, or we're negating the predication. In this case, the sentence is non-assertion. While in case of just stating and asserting the predication, then the sentence is assertion. This is all about assertion, non-assertion forms. Very easy, very short topic. You have a number of exercises. Please do the exercises. In this case, we're asking, the writer, the author is asking to replace the underlined element with suitable WH questions or WH elements. Now the first one, if you want to change this sentence into a WH question, how would you replace this element DDT, which is the subject of the sentence? So what is the suitable replacement of the underlined element? So the first one would be what? What was sprayed over the area? So here again, it's a matter of practicing proform. The suitable proform, the suitable WH element would be what? So please do the rest of the exercises, and if still there are any questions and inquiries, you may write them down in the comment sections. Thank you so much for your attention, and have a good day.